That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Our theme song is up and live. This is the Bald Fox, and today I have one of our honored stars again, Mr. Vicellous Shannon.
How you doing, Guy? Good to see you, as always. How you doing, my friend?
Always good, always good. Another day that we have an opportunity to grow and see where life takes us.
God is good, and His mercies endure forever.
So what is new with you? What is going on?
Well, I just finished seeing my parole officer.
They didn't keep you, huh?
Yeah, I told him I was coming over here, so he said, you got a curfew, so I can't stay out too long.
Got it. All right, so, we'll make sure you make it back to cell block D.
I just got indicted. We want to talk about indictments?
Oh, here we go.
Is this indictment? Is this indictment Tuesday? Everybody getting indicted today.
Oh, you just want to throw it out there.
I just thought I'd just kind of slide that in there real quick.
You do know where you're at, right?
Man, I'm in America, okay?
America. You were very close to Trump land over here.
Good. Hey, they don't scare me. This ain't Alabama. This is California.
Where you be recognized as three-fourths a person?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so after you got done with the parole officer, you rolled over here.
Mm-hmm. I got my bracelet off, so it's cool. I got that part down too.
All right.
So I'm free. I'm getting there.
You almost legal.
I'm almost legal.
All right. So,
oh man,
it's funny because earlier I did an episode and I was talking about all kinds of crazy stuff, talking about AI and technology. You and I both are in the entertainment industry, and it's becoming a major controversial thing for us in the industry.
Right.
And you were just saying that, really the strike primarily is focused attacking the studios.
Right.
Because the studios are now having the ability to use artificial intelligence to mastercraft their scripts and even create product that essentially will remove the human element from a lot of it, lowering costs, making it more efficient, but effectively changing the industry entirely.
Well, that's what the strike is about. The strike is about, you still have to have someone that designs this AI, that designs the all the intelligence and write the scripts, and say they want to be able to just do that once and then keep redoing it over and over again. Sure. It's like, no. If you're going to do that, then let them get paid a residual for every time they do it. See, you can't cut costs you're doing that. You got to treat them like they're artists, the artists that they are. See, so that cuts that all out. So from what I've heard so far, the studios have given into that. They've given into the AI. So that part's out from what I've heard so far.
Good.
So they've given into that. But now it's just really about the streaming, the residuals, the writers and stuff like that. And what's cool about the studios is what they're doing is they're basically waiting for the writers to go broke. That's their strategy. That's what they said. They're gonna wait till the writers go broke. The house payment come up, then they'll come back to the table. But since they're in solidarity with the actors and the Teamsters now, so now it's the actors on strike. Like, no, you got to give them what they want too. So it's gonna fold. It is what it is.
It's interesting. It goes back to the, who has more money has more power.
Mm-hmm. But labor does.
Right.
Labor does.
So now we'll start to see this form, and I think this will be the start of a lot of negotiations and things to come for sure.
Right.
As we were moving along, one of the episodes we were talking about that I feel you and I definitely have a world of knowledge in is the fun one of relationships.
What about it?
You ever had one of them?
No, that's for the birds, man.
What
It's
you
for the
mean?
birds, man. No, listen, no. Everybody, we have relationships. You talking about relationships like with my daughters, with my family? Yeah, I've had those relationships. Business partners, those are relationships. I like those.
Wait a minute. You had daughters, so you had to have some sort of relationship.
Nah, man.
Did you buy them?
Oh, you mean
You adopted
you
them?
mean relationships with the female or opposite sex?
I mean, it doesn't have to be an opposite sex. We're in a different world today.
Well, I'm talking about me in general.
Oh,
me,
I didn't know
Hey,
how
there's nothing wrong with that.
I didn't know how you identified.
No, look, man.
I'm not trying to like put you out there like that.
No. Look. What you want to know? Because I know this is a topic that everybody's deal with. You got to understanding relationships. It's all relationships with your significant other, relationship with your kids, relationship with your family members, relationship with your business partners. Is if you understand relationships, that's the bedrock of success. Is understanding how the dynamics that everybody has different personalities. Everybody has trauma. Everybody's dealing with, especially if you're in a leadership position, you got to understand you have to care about the people that are under you. That's understanding relationships. You got to understand that, if they're going through something, when you're compassionate, that's what makes you a great leader. So relationships come in all different forms, but in particular, bald face, what do you want to talk about?
Wow. All of a sudden, I'm getting attacked here.
I ain't bald.
What the hell are you talking about? You bald?
Hey man, look, this is a fig Newton of your imagination. Okay.
Look, it's funny, as we've talked about this before, you're right. You're spot on. Relationships and all it's managing personalities, right?
You've always said that, managing personalities, yes.
And it's important because you just said it. We all have some sort of trauma or something in our past. It's very rare you find somebody that doesn't.
Yeah, and if they've done the work, they're healed.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to move on and be able to deal with stuff. A lot of people run from the feelings. They run from our past. You run from the trauma, or sometimes you don't even understand that you even have it.
All right, so let's start right there.
Mm-hmm.
You just said that, and again, a lot of my episodes recently have been focused on identifying, issues with triggers and why people stay in unhealthy relationships and the reasons for that. But you just said that if somebody has done the work to become healthy, I mean, ultimately that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people choose to run.
Because they're scared. We're very good at hiding, our shit. We're very good at hiding because we're worried about what people think. God, hey, I can sit there and go, hey man, I can act like I got it all together and everything is cool because see, I'm very good at hiding, what's really going on behind the scenes. I can judge you. So I can judge you and say, oh man, you're all jacked up, blah, 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 blah. But then I hide behind my stuff, so I'm able to judge you. And that's how we basically live our lives. That's how everybody lives their lives.
So I recently asked a question, and the question was, would you rather have somebody that you go to them for advice because ultimately they're going to give you the answers you're looking for, or would you rather have somebody be honest with you, tell you the truth, even though you may not like what they have to say?
Well, I'd rather have the truth, but the fact that, here's the thing is that a lot of people, you want to tell somebody the truth, but you don't know how they're going to react.
Right.
That's one. Two, person already knows the truth.
That's true.
They already know the truth. If you come to and trying to talk to them about something or something's going on with them, they know what the truth is. The thing is, how are they dealing with it? And just to segue and just to piggyback on, just to go back on what we're talking about, trauma and relationship. I had this girlfriend of mine who, she was telling me how her dad and her mom, her dad was very abusive, but her mom just kind of felt that she can fix him and this and that and this and that. And she proceeded to tell me that's how all her sisters got in relationships like that. She got into an abusive relationship thinking that, oh, my mom, tried to fix my dad and fix him. Maybe I can do it too. That's where it's all coming from. So everybody thinks this household trauma thing is just some joke. They think it's just psychological, psychology blabber or blah, blah, what is. No, it's real. Because your first impressions of a relationship is, and love and everything is what you're getting at the home.
Right.
That's where it starts. Like, if you think this is how love is, you're gonna be geared towards that. So if someone's treating you right and someone's treating you openly and honest and they're secure and they're giving you love, that's going to be weird to you. You're going to be like, this is weird. You're looking for the toxic thing because you can function in that.
Okay, so let's dive into a person that, for example, has abandonment issues. Their parents are divorced. A parent has passed away.
Right.
Even when they had their parents were detached in ways where they were there, but they weren't there the way that you wanted them to be. Right.
Well, it comes down to, who your caregiver was. So the parent, the mother or father or the mother is a caregiver. And it's as a baby and you growing up, you don't really understand. You're understanding this is how you're being cared for. Mm-hmm. So you're either attached to that, like, okay, I'm used to getting picked up, I'm used to getting love. So the subconscious, and as you grow up, you're gonna identify with your caregiver. How did they treat you? How did they show you love? So you're gonna start seeing, oh, this is what love is. Then when you see it in a different way, you wonder why you keep repeating these same cycles and why you keep getting hurt and why you keep sabotaging stuff, because you're looking for it's going to sound stupid. It's a whole bunch of psychology babble, but you're looking for your mom. You're looking for that type of love. And you're not understanding that, no, the way she did it might have been unhealthy.
Right.
The father, might have been abusing the person and the mom was detached. She just ignored it. So now, as a young boy or young girl, you're going, this chaos or this is what I'm used to.
Well, what about a scenario where, their father...
God, what I've always told you, what I always told you is when you get into a relationship with someone, male or female, you're battling against their trauma. That's where the fight is. It's not with the person. You're not fighting against a significant, them cheating or you're in battle with another man or this. No. Your first thing is you're in battle with their trauma, whatever childhood trauma, whatever they're dealing with. That's where the battle is. And that's why a lot of times you sit there and go, what? And they'll go, I don't know why I did that. That's why you hear, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I don't know why I reacted like that. Because that's what you're used to. Or you don't even know they're used to it. And this is what we all, and what makes it even more difficult, Guy, is now you have social media. Now you have texting. No one talks to anybody anymore. Everybody text message. There's no tone to it. You can't build a relationship via text. There's no tone. Everybody's scared to connect. Everybody's scared to pick up the phone. You see somebody call, they're like, they go, why are you calling me? Why don't you text me? What are you talking about, dude? And that's the norm now. DM and dating apps, all this stuff, all this electronic has replaced the personal touch. So everybody's out of touch with each other and with themselves.
So what happens when you find somebody and they start doing things right?
Well, if you didn't have any trauma, like, you grew up in a healthy home, and, the majority of people haven't, but those that have, you find somebody, they connect and it's all good. But then you have one person that might be secure, might have it together. Another person is avoiding. They just avoid the intimacy. They get scared. They run. Or you have a person that's real anxious that, they got to get that text every day. They got to get some kind of confirmation, some kind of validation that you love me. Where is all that coming from? It ain't coming out of thin air. You gotta understand, why am I so anxious about this person doesn't text me? All of a sudden you start overthinking. Well, it means this. Well, maybe it was somebody else. Maybe they're doing this. Maybe they're doing that. And you have that going through your head because you think if the person doesn't call you at a certain time, or you get that kind of thing, you don't get that validation. They don't love you anymore. So now you start creating these scenarios, and then you call the person. They're like, "What is wrong with you?" That's when you get the, "What's wrong with you? Wow, what are you talking about? I was just having dinner. Oh, I didn't see your text." Or then you feel like an idiot. And this is the battles that we all go through.
Well, and that's funny because then all of a sudden there's something wrong with you. Yeah. There's red flags with you.
Yeah.
And again, then we talk about the person that you have a relationship where they both have trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't been resolved or dealt with yet.
Right.
We've talked about this. When we go into relationships, you have two different people that come from completely two different backgrounds. You have your trauma, her trauma, and if neither one of you have taken the steps to get help and figure out to become healthy, you're still carrying that.
Right.
And, you think about it, it's, we all take different paths. You had your career flying off. You did the right thing. You put it on hold. You took care of your girls. You created this thing so that they don't have that trauma.
Right.
But now you're standing alone going, all right, now I got to deal with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one left in the room.
Yeah.
So I deal with the same thing all the time. I've been previously married.
Mm-hmm.
I've got trauma from that. I've got trauma going all the way back from, my dad abandoning me and my mom seeking for love and doing certain things that, I was raising my brothers and doing different stuff. I don't fault her today for those things because she was doing nothing more than what we're trying to do today.
Right. And that's why you got to forgive your parents.
Right.
They were doing the best they could.
Right.
So continue.
So now you get into a relationship and you're realizing that you guys are having a disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
You don't come from years and worlds of knowing each other, so you're trying to figure out how to communicate. And usually, we figure that out during our dating phase. And, they always say, you should date somebody for 4 seasons so you get
at least a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you get the full effect of how they are in all scenarios. Because as we know, everybody puts their best foot forward.
Yeah.
Nobody lets their trauma out of the bag unless, it's rare, right? Because you still got the social butterflies, the excitement, the fun. It's still the honeymoon. You don't have to worry about paying bills or, what if something happens or, I need the kids to be taken to school. You're not dealing with any of that.
Right. So what you're dealing with is everybody's scared to be vulnerable. Even though we know being vulnerable takes courage, we're scared to death because, like I've always said, and you've heard me say this before, if somebody loved me for who I am, because we really want to be loved unconditionally simply for who we are. And what we're afraid of, if you see the real me, if you see I got all this stuff, I don't think you're gonna like it. So let me do everything right. Let me do everything right, and then everybody thinks, oh, this girl is perfect. This guy's perfect. Blah blah blah. You understand? He da 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 da. Okay, but then when you get into the relationship, once the relationship title happens, now the guards start coming down. Now everybody starts getting a little lazy.
Or
they start getting a little lazy, but they start showing their stuff, and all of a sudden they're like, where'd this come from?
Right. Well, yeah. Or they start to, some people I've seen, then start to create their own insecurities of control out of fear of losing it.
Bingo.
So it's interesting. You said the word unconditional. Mm-hmm. Recently, I was in a meeting, and I talked about this in another episode, and it was so profound to me that I will continue to repeat this time and time again.
I'm a profound guy. I mean, it's just the way I roll.
So you have kids.
Yes, 2 daughters.
You love them unconditionally.
Yeah.
Do they love you unconditionally?
I would hope so.
Okay.
Because I mean, listen. I mean, look. Your mother is. I mean, my kids. I primarily raise my kids, but ultimately, the mother's supposed to be the caregiver. They're the ones that are really going to love you unconditionally. So you hope. A mother's love is unconditional. You can jack up and do all kind of stuff. You can commit murder and do all kind of stuff, and they still going to love you. And that's my baby, and all that stuff like that. But we want that same kind of love from our significant other or our friends, and we don't get that.
Okay, so this is exactly...
Or we're afraid that we're not going to get it.
This is exactly where this was going. Because here's the thing. If your daughters get hurt, you're going to go and make sure you try to help pick them up.
Yeah.
If they commit murder, you're going to bail them out and help them bury the body, whatever it's going to be, right? It's unconditional.
Right.
In a relationship, that person that we're choosing to spend our life with is supposed to be our best friend. That person's supposed to be the vault of our secrets for each other.
Right.
And that love is supposed to be so unconditional that no matter what, that you're going to be there and fight through it together. That's what we're all seeking.
Right. But then here's the problem, is that if the person doesn't understand or confront their own issues, they're going to look for outside validation rather than communicate and open up because of fear.
Okay, so now we're getting into an area that I'm not willing to work on my demons, and I can't communicate that to you because I am fearful that you're not going to like it. You're not going to be okay with what I have to say. You're going to leave. So instead of investing the time into us, because when you're in a relationship, it's no longer a you and a me, it's an us.
That's what it's supposed to be. But see, here's the thing. The reason why people step out the relationship is because it's easy to go to somebody else and they don't know any of your issues.
Well, they don't look again.
They don't know your issues. So all they're doing the same thing. They put the best foot forward, saying all the right things and this and that. And that's easy to do that rather than having to compromise or change or adapt to the relationship.
Well, it's easy to have connections with new people that are new and exciting because you're right. They don't have any of the deep obligations.
They don't know you. No, they don't know you. It's easy to do that because they don't know,
Well, wait a minute, Vi. I've spent months with them. They know who I am.
No. They can stick and move. That's what I'm saying. If they're stepping outside the relationship, they don't know, how that person acts under stress. They don't see all the flaws. They don't see the dark side of the person or yourself. They don't see that.
Okay.
But see, if look, we've seen this. We've seen women stick by men or alcoholics, have all kind of crazy stuff, and they stick by them. And it's through that they get healed. And like, yeah, my husband was crazy, blah, blah, blah. But she stuck with him, and now he's a new man. He's great. So, she didn't bounce.
So in a prior episode, I talked about exactly some of that stuff, why people stay. Because somebody recently asked me a very important question, and I had to think about it on reasons why people stay.
Right.
And some people stay out of fear.
Okay.
Some people because they're scared. Some people stay out of pride.
Right.
Because they don't want people to know what's going on, or they don't want to be embarrassed or made a fool of because of infidelities or these reasons, right?
See, that goes back to what I was saying was everybody's good at hiding their shit.
Absolutely.
They're good at hiding their shit and putting on a good face. And hey, listen, you now see let me tell you what your problem is. The blop. Well, what about you? Now see, my situation is different. See, I'm looking at my stuff through rose-colored glasses. I'm looking at you through the magnifying glass. That's different.
Right.
It's different.
So the last one that I went with and it was a little controversial on this one, but I said some people stay because they have unconditional love. And they see the good and they're willing to be there to get to the root of what the problem is because they believe that there's a healthier future. Right. Now, does that apply in every situation? I understand it does not, because I'm not saying that it's okay or an excuse for somebody to cheat or to be abusive or to do these things. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is these are reasons why people are there.
Yeah. I mean, listen, here's the thing is, you don't have to explain that. See, everybody's worried about getting judged. That's the problem. Why are you staying? None of your fucking business. Why I'm doing because I want to, motherfuckers. This is my life.
Right.
You know, and you know, and so you gotta understand, the people that have your back will go, hey man, I got your back. You know, because you wanna know why? I could be in that situation because the very thing I'm judging you for is gonna happen to me because I'm judging you. That's how God works. You're judging me for this. The same thing's gonna come on you. You're gonna go, see, now I understand. We've all done that. We've all done that. Oh, now I understand what they're talking about. Now I understand what they're going through. I feel, man, hey, man, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't know it was like that. Right, because you have your stuff. You gotta understand, we're all going through stuff. We're all dealing with pain. Your pain is no greater than my pain, and my pain is no greater than your pain. If everybody understands that, then you can be open and honest and be, you know, like Adam and Eve in the beginning. They were naked and open and honest until some shit happened. Now they're covered up with all this guilt. But that's how a marriage is supposed to be, or a relationship is supposed to be open, naked and open.
Right, but the problem is that people are too fearful that the things that they want to say, they can't because they're going to be judged, and it's going to cause a problem. That if you tell somebody that you did this, it's going to be a problem because you're not getting to the root of why you're doing these things in the first place.
God, I struggle with that. I struggle with that to this day. It's like, I don't want to tell somebody what I'm really feeling.
But why?
Fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of being rejected.
Okay, but here's the thing.
That's a real thing I'm dealing with, is that you get scared. I don't want to be rejected. Because see, look, whether you think you are or not, you're trying to put on an image. You're trying to put on this thing and what happens is you think that nobody knows what's going on, but everybody knows what's going on. And you trying to hide it, and you're sitting there and everybody calls you out on it, and you're going, oh, you that's what you think? Yeah, motherfucker, that's what's going on. You're thinking, well, I thought I was doing a pretty good job of hiding that. No, you're not. So we're all afraid of getting judged, that we feel like we're less than. If I tell you this, I got to hold up this image. I got to hold up this, it's this, being vulnerable takes courage, because now you're being real, and it takes I want to remain mysterious. Because you ask anybody on the planet, they have their favorite star. They have their favorite movie star, their favorite singer, and their favorite idol. They think this person is the cat's meow. They think the person is all that in a bag of donuts, right? But let them talk to that person every day. Let them talk to them every day. All of a sudden, the mystique goes away.
That's right.
The mystery goes away. All of a sudden, they're like, it's a regular dude.
So hold on. So, and that's reality. That's a lot of people get starstruck.
Yeah.
Because of the idea, right? Mm-hmm. And when they really get to know the person, they have no idea they're just like you and me. Yeah. Now, with that being said, you look at the fundamentals of that excitement, the butterflies. You have all the butterflies in a relationship in the beginning, right? Yeah. And when the butterflies go and life starts to settle in, there's supposed to be a deeper love. But what if one is still seeking for this thing that you're not giving them, but they can't even explain what the thing is, and have issues dealing with their hurt, their pain. They don't feel confident enough. They don't have enough self-love, that they challenge and wonder why somebody's loving them or doing the things for them, because it doesn't make sense. And all of it comes down to how we communicate, getting to the root of our problems. And I think our next episode that you and I come together on this will be very impactful in telling people not only our experiences, but the reason why love, communication, and self-help is so important to shape us so that we have a brighter and healthier future. With that, this is the Bald Fox. Thank you, Vicellous Shannon, the ultimate, the wonderful, the great.
Trying to sucker me into coming back and doing this again, man. That's pretty good.
We look forward to...
I just want love, man. I just want to be loved.
Everybody loves you. You're a man. You're a man with many people who love you.
Thank you.
And until then, this is the Bald Fox. We're out. The Bald Fox.
The Bald Fox.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Bald Fox. Fox, 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 fox.
Fox. The Bald Fox.